everybody out there in YouTube land. It's your T-shirted historian. Want to talk about the new Fist of the North Star anime that's coming out? So the preview just dropped today, and if you wanted to see my live reaction to it, you should have watched The Week in Geek, because yeah, it was so good I watched it twice on the show. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not going to lie, but now I think it's time to kind of take a closer look at this thing and give it a more thorough trailer breakdown. Yeah, this is presented from Warner Brothers Anime and Koa Mix, which is the company in Japan that I think currently holds the rights to Fist of the North Star. And I'm kind of surprised they didn't go through Viz, since Viz is the one who is reprinting the manga right now, which, by the way, it's really, really good. All right, so that is gorgeous. That is absolutely beautiful. And again, they're sticking with the 1990X thing, which is originally from the manga. I am a little surprised that they haven't gone ahead and just updated it to 2020X or 2030X. I don't know. But yeah, back in the 1980s when Fist of the North Star was made, you know, that was everybody's biggest fear, is nuclear war. And I guess it still is, but maybe not to the same extent. I think we're more worried about zombie apocalypses these days. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. All right, so one thing I can say for sure is they are going to be using a combination of computer animation with some cell shading from the looks of it. Maybe you can't tell it so much from here, but whenever you start seeing, you know, the full-sized characters and things and the speed that they move at, you'll definitely be able to tell it is computer animation. Now, they did that same thing with Fist of the Blue Sky, and I hated the way that looked. A lot of times the characters looked kind of washed out and didn't look right to me. I was really hoping they weren't going to do computer animation for Fist of the North Star, but I believe they may have found a happy balance with this. I don't know. I'll kind of leave that up to you. I mean, this is just the preview, so, but I'm assuming that they have gotten far enough along to have finished the Shin/King story arc, because that's everything that's in this trailer is pretty much the entire Shin/King story arc, starting with Zeed and then moving on to Club, actually no, Spade, then Diamond, then Club, and then finally Heart, and then Shin, who I did a video on not too long ago. You should go watch it. And they have chosen to keep the violence. Honestly, I'm pretty happy about that. If you've seen the original cartoon, you know that a lot of the violence was kind of toned down, or else they made the blood white because it was aimed at younger kids more. So they, I guess they didn't want to go full unexpurgated, you know, blood spraying everywhere. What I like about this is it manages to keep a nice balance on how the shading looks versus the old series, which kind of overdid it on the shading in times. And I know they were just trying to ape the comic, or the manga, but I think they did a better job of it here. I mean, what do you think? Okay, these two scenes are directly out of the manga. Very first issue. So I don't necessarily remember Shin walking out to the edge of his parapet, completely naked, but there was definitely a scene where, yeah, he had just stepped out of the bath and he was being attended by a couple of gorgeous women and being toweled off, and he was pretty much naked except for his cape. Because, you can do that when you're like the baddest ass in, Southern Cross. Yeah, you can see how that animation with Bat is very, it's very computer generated. Something about the movements and the fluidity and everything just gives it away. We have Rin. We have a good voice actress for her too. Sounds very convincing. Here we go. This is this part you've all been waiting for. There we go. Hyakuretsuken. 100 crack fist of Hokuto. I'm not sure I necessarily like the way it lands, though, because it doesn't look like he's hitting him so much as the fists and the fingers and stuff are superimposed over his image. The same thing goes for when Ken is actually throwing it. I guess it's a design choice, but it actually doesn't look as fluid as I would like. But, I mean, you see what you think. That's Spade getting his ticket punched right there. After that, he's only going to have 3 seconds to live. That was Diamond getting taken out, and this is Club getting his back snapped. And finally, Big Ol' Heart. Just about to get his stomach rearranged. There's our boy Shin. I kind of don't like the way they made his eyes look so small, though. I mean, I know that his eyes are blue, but they look like little pinpricks. They kind of make him look like a more generic villain, and he doesn't deserve that. He really kind of deserves to be the figure of power that he is, even though, in the whole of the series, he's probably a minor villain as far as all the big guys that Ken faced along the way, but he was still an important first step in Ken's journey. Zed about to get his. Iconic. Man. I'll tell you, I had goosebumps the first time I watched this. There we go. There we go. That's the Fist of the North Star of the comics that I know. Hokuto Shinken wa Mudekita. So there we go. There's our preview. This kind of answers a lot of questions, 2026 is not going to come fast enough, man. It's just not. I'm so pumped about this. I'm so excited. I just can't wait. I hope there's going to be some more previews along the way. I'm sure there will be, because they got to keep the hype train going. So this is honestly something I'm really so excited for, and I have been since I first heard that they were going to do this. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Maybe got to hear some of my thoughts on it. I am sorry about the video being kind of corrupted a little bit, but maybe that'll work in my favor. Maybe Warner Brothers won't copyright claim this. I think it's ridiculous if they do, because I'm only saying good, positive things, trying to showcase their work. So it's in their best interests not to copyright claim what I'm doing. But we'll see. I'm going to put this up for you guys, and it'll stay up for as long as it can stay up. Until then, y'all take care, and hope you enjoy the rest of my shows and my videos.